So she's probably like, she got with her accountant and was like, do I have to do this show? And the accountant was like, no, you actually don't. She was like, well then fuck it, I'm not going to do it then. I don't like these
Turn off
bitches.
the cameras.
I don't like you.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Don't Let It Stu. I'm here with Giorgio Takounakis. Is that how you pronounce your last name? I got it right this time. He just arrived. He's here in LA doing a TikTok convention type thing, right? You did that yesterday?
Yes.
How was it?
It was amazing. They did a really fantastic job.
What? Tell me, what? I always hear these TikTok. I'm nowhere near the numbers. You have the numbers. Zach, Peter gets the numbers. You guys got invited. So what do you guys do in the day?
So they set up a workshop at Universal Studios lot, and they built out like a whole, it was an event space, and it was a stage, and they had moderators and panels, and we basically discussed, specifically within TV and film content, how to maximize to get the best content, what they're looking for to consider high quality, just tips and tricks from other creators. And then we did like a networking speed dating thing where you got to like spend 4 minutes and
with different creators,
and you just ask like questions and try to network. And then after that, we got a VIP tour of the Universal Studios lot.
Did you like that?
That was really fun.
Did you like
Much
it? It's fun, right?
It was funner than I thought it would be, honestly.
Yeah, it's good.
But we got the VIP treatment, so I will say I won't be able to go back without that VIP pass, because
you can't go back.
We were cutting through lines that people were waiting in for 70 minutes and jumping ahead, and I felt like such a jerk, but I was like, this is amazing.
I was in Disneyland last weekend doing the Food and Wine Festival. Now, I've done Disneyland so many times. I literally go, I do the demo, I get in my car and I drive back. I don't want to hang out there for the day. I can if I want to.
Yeah.
They give me 2 free tickets for if I want to bring 2 people with me. I do that. I just keep them. Send them to a friend. But I can't do Disney again ever, because I did it a few years ago on my birthday for the Food and Wine Festival at Disney World.
Okay.
There was a hurricane kind of going on around that time, if you remember that vaguely. They shut down Disney World for like 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the chefs couldn't get down. So I ended up with the VIP tour guide for 2.5 days. We went everywhere. We were in an SUV, driving to the back of every single ride. We got on every single ride, sometimes twice. We went on Avatar, took 10 minutes to get on. People were waiting 5 hours to get on. I can never do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I just got so lucky. We were only meant to have the VIP tour guide for 1 day. But because the chefs couldn't get down, he was like, look, you got me for the weekend because the other chefs can't get here.
No, you can't go back.
I was like, no, it's like, that's what I'm saying. This is like, but it's nice. I go down, first thing I say to them, I'm like, they're like, because sometimes they're like, you need to use your ticket to go on. I'm like, girl, I'm not using my ticket to go on one. I said, I want to go on the roller coaster. I said, just put me on the roller coaster and then I'll come back and I'll do my demo and then I'm out.
I wouldn't be able to. No, you have to.
Yeah, I have to do it. And they're like, just ask us. Like, why are you so coy about it? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it annoys you.
Weird. Like, I know. You feel like you're bothering people too.
And it's not all. Giorgio just walked into my apartment and I was like having like a fucking meltdown. I wasn't having a meltdown, but I was just like, people were texting me. So apparently, on Jeff Lewis Live, he was fighting with MJ. There was screaming going on. I'm getting it from 3 different people. They're like, oh, holy fuck, it's going off on that show. I don't know what happened. MJ, I guess, was complaining about fucking the ChumCon thing or whatever. Look, that's obviously going to piss him off, but I don't know the ins and outs of it. It just happened, and then we had to get on here. But I guess some things don't change, so we'll just leave it at that. But that's crazy. I guess MJ is done now. I guess.
Is that what that means, right? When he gets that mad?
From my friend, she said to me, I think he said something to the effect of, I don't think this radio is for you anymore, or something like that. I don't know.
Okie doke.
Okay. Wow. Jesus. So back to getting it off your chest. So I don't think this is such a get it off your chest thing for me, but it's kind of bugging me, and it's about Milo. And recently he's been he wants food. He'll kind of sit at the kitchen, okay, I'm ready to eat. So I'm like, okay, I'll feed him, and I'll feed him nice food, whether it's rice, some vegetables. I cook food.
You make his food. I make his food. It's not from a can.
So, but it's the exact same way as a chef. If I'm cooking for you, I always give you a ton of food. It doesn't matter what it is. And so I give him food. He chows it down. And then he starts crying and then runs around the apartment and he's digging for china, on the bed or the sofa in the living room. And I'm like, what's wrong? I said, I know what's wrong. You ate too fast and now there's a bowl of rice in your fucking stomach and then he wants to get sick. And it's like, I don't know what to do. Do I have to get like one of those, like those bowls, you know, that have the little corners? It's almost
he's just eating too fast.
He's eating too fast, so he needs to slow down. But I can't be like a quarter of a cup.
Yes, you should I've seen them, and it is good for them because they get indigestion and then it makes them vomit.
Yeah.
And it's because they get so excited and they hyperventilate while they're eating that they don't. So I think those bowls that have like the maze.
I have to get that.
Where you mash it in and they have to almost work for it. It slows them down because they just get too excited, especially if they're really hungry and they know it's coming.
But it's just like, I know his tail is down this morning. He was like shifty last night in the bed, and I took him to the dog park, and I was asking people at the dog park, is there something wrong with him? His demeanor is perfect. Like, he's super excited, but his tail is kind of down. If people know what that's about, send me a DM, because he's fine though. He's eating, he's drinking. He was sprinting around the dog park this morning. He was having a good time, but his tail is a bit down.
Maybe he has seasonal depression.
That's what the people at the dog park said. They said like, they're like, oh, our dogs are the same. There's something in the air or something. It's this change of season or something.
Our dogs get seasonal depression. If the weather shifts, it's not the same. I mean, they're normal, but there's these little things about, like how humans are. Like, you're fine, but like something's off.
That's
so I think
weird.
It is, but like...
And you know what? I never noticed it with my other Westies because they probably had each other, so it's different.
Yes. If they're by themselves, it's like, you know, it's just like when you're stuck in your place by yourself.
Interesting. Anything bothering you?
So much. Well, I think one thing that's been bothering me lately is that I think the Garcelle thing has really been bugging me. But
let's talk about it.
That's not, but I know a lot of people have their views on Garcelle, and it's not why I'm upset. I'm upset because of a number of things. I think, first of all, I'm really more pissed off at Sutton.
Yeah.
I found her to not be the same friend to Garcelle as Garcelle's been to her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's something that really stood out to me in the last few minutes of that reunion. Obviously, we all saw the clip for weeks where she wasn't going to take the photo, so that wasn't anything mind-blowing. But it was mind-blowing that watching her walking off stage, Sutton, who you would think would be like, wait a sec. No, I'm going to go check on her. This is what's going on. I would do that.
Yeah, of course.
She just sat down and took her damn shoes off. Like, she was getting, like...
She was excited about dinner.
What are you talking about? What, do you think this is an act? Like, I am so done. Like, next season, Sutton, I'm not having your back.
Yeah.
Don't cry about the women jumping all over you, because they will.
I've had her number up for a long time. Ever since BravoCon. I think it was the first year I met you in person, actually, at the first BravoCon with me and Amy.
Yes.
Me and Amy were there the day before BravoCon started. We were loading in all our books and setting up our stall and all that kind of stuff. And like Sutton was setting up her stall, like Sutton, whatever her name, the store name is.
Oh, right.
And we were kind of across from each other, and we saw her. And I think Amy said hi to her. I didn't, because I wouldn't just go up to a random like housewife and say hi. And she was so fucking rude to the both of us. So after that, I just was like, "You're fucking done with me." I did meet her another time at coffee with Jeff before he did his show when she had her on and stuff like that. She was fine. We were talking about Taylor Swift, so obviously we're going to talk like nice to each other about that. And she was excited about going to Paris to see her and all that stuff. But I still was just like, no, like, you're obviously going to be nice to me because my fucking boyfriend is fucking the host of the show. And like, you know what I mean? It was just like...
It's a different situation. Would she have been that nice to you if it was just you and her meeting beforehand?
No, I don't think so.
She would have been like, why am I here?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just... And then there is this fakeness to her, and like, it bothered me because everybody was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe they're coming for Garcelle and something. It's like, guys, no. They've been teaming up together for the last few fucking seasons. Like, all eyes have been on them. They've just been talking shit about everybody else. But as soon as something comes to them, they go fucking nuts or they walk off stage.
Well, and the other part of that is it's the other women's fault for not speaking on what's actually happening and having production use Sutton and Garcelle as the voice of the viewers to ask those questions. Because quite honestly, Kyle, if you just came on out and Dorit was honest about what was going on, then nobody would be sitting here having these like insinuations. Sure. You know, and that's, I think, the problem is that we leave it to one or two cast members to be the questioner, to be the poker. And then obviously everyone gets sick of that, because I would too. Like, if there was just, you would know, I won't want to go to lunch with this person because I know what they're going to do. They're going to try to bring up something. They're going to try to ask something.
And it's like, they all need to know, like, this is the game. this is the show. This is going to get fucking viewers. This is going to keep me on another season. Like, you gotta just play up to it a bit. Even if you're in a pissy, shitty mood, or like Garcelle sitting on the fucking sofa, like, just in a huff, being like, I guess, whatever. I don't want to talk about, like, you know, like, you can't do that when, like, this is the fucking moment. You get 3 episodes, or the reunion shoots all day. This is the time to speak up. And I saw All About THR. She's on, she's a podcast on Hurrdat as well. And she says, like, my thing with Garcelle is that she tends to hold back in the moment, makes little side comments, and saves how she really feels for when she walks off or under her breath, which she does. I just wish she'd feel comfortable speaking up more directly. She doesn't like confrontation. That's what Zach was saying. I don't normally
agree with this account for a number of reasons, but I agree with them here. I said this a couple weeks back when she went backstage, and I think Sutton went back to check on her. She said the things that she should have said out on that stage.
Yeah.
And when she walked off stage, why didn't you just say, I don't want to take a photo with you. You guys don't like me. We don't like each other. This is fake.
She would have known that at the very beginning. Right?
Yeah. But if I'm halfway through the reunion and no one's even smiling at me or giving me grace, as she said, then I would call it out and be like, you didn't give me grace. You're being fake right now. I'm pissed off at you guys.
And, like, she would have won the fucking reunion.
She would have taken it back from Dorit, because Dorit should not have had the entire reunion.
Yeah. No, she shouldn't have.
They gave her an Erica reunion, like, from season 11, where it was all about the Tom stuff. This is not that deep.
It's fucking nothing.
Pay your mortgage. Just pay your damn mortgage.
It's just, it's just.
You have money for cigarettes and Dior, then you have money for your mortgage, okay?
Oh my God. Queens of Bravo, and you were just saying it as well. You know, when Sutton got sick at the last reunion, Garcelle went to the hospital. When Sutton ran out of Dorit's house, Garcelle comforted her. When Sutton had issues with her mom, Garcelle tried to intervene. When Garcelle ran out, Sutton took the cast photo.
Yep.
That's it. Like, simple as that. She's all about herself, and she's all about being fucking friends with Kyle and staying on the show.
Yes, that's all she wanted. And that was clear in the season and in the reunion. She needs to be close to Kyle. She wants to make it good with Dorit, as good as possible.
Yeah.
And she wants to be good with Erica because she wants to stay on the show.
Yeah, exactly. And then Erica was right as well. Like, I don't know, many seasons ago when she sat down with Garcelle and was like, listen, Sutton's a liability.
Yes.
And she was right.
I
don't think it.
Don't answer Sutton's phone calls, Garcelle. That's the message.
And she's not right now. And apparently, I heard at the Vanderpump luncheon, which we'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to say. Well, there was somebody that was with Sutton, like, at the Masters or whatever, and apparently they haven't spoken since.
I don't think Garcelle wants to speak to her.
Yeah. No. It's really.
I think there was more that happened that they cut out too. I don't think they gave us the scoop.
That's what I was sending you a text message. I was like, hey, I want to talk to you about this when you come on. There's something else with Garcelle that she's not talking about. It can't be just a Sutton thing.
I think they all came at her, and they didn't show it. I think they all came at her, and I think that's why she at the end was so at her wit's end, because at the end she's like, they're all coming at me and they're not giving me grace, and I'm saying I'm accountable. I said I felt this way, and they don't care. So that to me means they all knew they were going to take a poke at her. Bose was in on it. I don't care. Bose loves. I don't have a problem with Bose, but I do feel that she has watched the show before and she knows what alliance she needed to be a part of. So she went and beeline for Dorit, because that's her in. And now she's close with them, so they respect her. And dare I say, I feel like the whole Bose, when she threw the whole thing back at Garcelle about why didn't you catch Sutton when she called me an angry black woman, that was just a dig at Garcelle.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Bose read it that way.
Sure.
But I think she wanted to take a dig at Garcelle. And so I think Garcelle just wasn't they don't want her on the show. And they said that. They said she's got to walk in the park. She doesn't have anything going on. It's like they're not going to come at her. So what is she so upset about?
Like her son's photo shoots and her being a producer and stuff. It's just, it's not like, it's like great for her. Fucking super happy, but it's not.
She doesn't have mortgage fraud. She doesn't have, issues with anything.
Be dating some guys and shit or something. I don't know. Like,
I wish she would show more of that. I'll be honest. It feels like she's only on there just showing, which she should. But I feel like at least one season show her dating. I think we did have one season where she was dating someone slightly, but I don't know. I think she's too big for that type of format. She's not built to go that
Do you think
low.
she just feels like she's above it now? Maybe like the producing thing is kind of taken off. Because it does take a lot to be like, I'm fucking done. Turn off the cameras, I'm done. I don't want that $500,000 check every
more like 700,000. So
is it really? Yeah.
So it's not easy to just say, oh, I don't need $700,000 for 4.5 months of work.
So there must be like some shit in the works that she's like going to be fine with money because it's...
She signed some deals. So she's probably like, she got with her accountant and was like, do I have to do this show? And the accountant was like, no, you actually don't. She was like, well, then fuck it. I'm not going to do it then. I don't like these
Turn off the
bitches.
cameras.
I don't like you.
And get out of my dressing room where the talk is shot.
Which I will say, she's never done that before. So for her to be that done, I was like, damn, she doesn't want them in here.
I know. I was like, okay, this is the fucking Garcelle we
Where
want
is
to see
I
on
know,
the fucking
but
stage.
this is the thing. I think she knew they wanted that out there. And then she was trying her hardest to not give them that. She's very adamant because I think I get it. She doesn't want to come off like some erratic person all the time who's over emotional, but I feel like she would have been valid to be, at least in this reunion, to be like, you guys are...
But I think she would have been fine being erratic if she wanted to be erratic.
Yeah,
because
they
couldn't pull like, oh, she's an angry black lady because fucking Bose is right there. Like they wouldn't be able to do that.
No, they
card,
wouldn't. And she's visibly upset and validated for being upset, so that we can't keep using that trope. So
yeah, that's done. So yesterday, the day before, I went to the Lisa Vanderpump event. Zach Peter took me. I was on his podcast yesterday. We were talking about it. So basically, it comes down to like Zach thinks that. Well, I think it's pretty obvious that Lisa Vanderpump does not like him. There was 3 occasions when she could have said hi and she kind of walked past him or just snubbed him or whatever. I was there. I did witness it, and it is true. It was a beautiful event. The food was delicious.
It looked really nice.
It was actually a really, really nice event in Dante's in Beverly Hills. If you're in LA or if you go to Beverly Hills, go there. There's amazing views. It's expensive as fuck though, because I went once and it's like, it's fine. Like living in LA, like it's an experience. If you visit, it's great to go. There's beautiful views and stuff like that. It is pricey for like a brunch, and I feel like I'm like, there's other places I'd rather spend my money on than here. Like that's how I felt, right? Mm-hmm. But food was very good. Stassi looked amazing. Everybody kept commenting on her arms.
She was really pretty.
Everybody's like, her arms. I was like, oh God.
Working them arms out.
And then it was funny. I walked in and with Zach, and then Heather came in. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know you were going to be here, which was great. And so, but it was so funny because I'll just say this, like, so Joey Zalzig, right, like he goes on Jeff's show and he's on Jeff's show and he's whatever and he's part of the Chumps and all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But like he fucking beelines over to like say hi to Heather after everything Heather and Jeff have been through with the whole earring gate thing and all that kind of shit, right?
What?
Yeah. He beelines over to Heather. He's like, hey, how are you, honey? And like Heather's like, oh, hey. Like, and Heather's just being gracious and nice.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, like, so you're Heather, right? You're like,
yeah.
No, you're Joey. And Heather's standing right here.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like sitting kind of like half on the kind of the corner of the couch. Mm-hmm. Kind of like I'm just on my phone. And he's literally like staring over me. And he's like, I can feel his eyes on me going like, he's waiting for me to look up to be like, hey, Stu, or whatever. Like, you know, I just fucking know it. And I was like, if I look up, I'll probably punch him in the face. And the only reason why I say that is like, the amount of shit that person spoke about me on that dumb show. Like, and what annoys me about it is like,
was he talking shit?
Oh yeah, all throughout the fucking years and stuff, and I've said nothing about it. It's just like, it's like, really, dude, like, fucking, you don't even fucking know me. Like, that's the other thing as well. If you know me and you want to talk shit about me, that's okay. Fine. But when you don't know me and you say these comments and all that stuff, it's like, get fucked. Like,
is it because maybe he's only gotten it from Jeff's angle?
Well, like, that's, like, look, Jeff can say whatever he wants to say about me. Like, I understand that. That's fine. It's Jeff. Like, it doesn't bother me. It actually doesn't. It's more the other people around him that are, like, talking shit about me. I'm like, you don't even fucking know anything about me. You don't know anything about the situation. You don't know. And it's like, they're just like mouthing off. I know, maybe to appease him. And that's fine. It's actually, I'm actually more like, I think they're fucking losers more than like I'm more like, think they're sad than like, I should be maybe angry at Jeff and I'm not. But it's so weird. It's just like, shut up. I
just think to keep talking about something that is over and done with is just a waste of energy, and it also says more about you than it does about the other person that you're trying to make look whatever, like, and negative.
And it's like the thing about what I found was really funny about it was like he's coming over to say hi to Heather, possibly to me, when like it's clear as crystal, like, you know, Jeff doesn't want to talk to us or anything like that or whatever.
Because Heather and Jeff are not good.
No, they're not. They're not. No, like a lot of us are not.
So Joey knows that.
And Joey knows that, but he's like, obviously doesn't give a fuck about Jeff. He's like, I'm just going to go over to Heather and possibly say hi to Stu. So where's the loyalty? But whatever.
So you didn't say hi?
No.
Oh.
No. But honestly, like, here's the thing. Regardless of, like, if he was talking about me or not talking about me or on that show or not on the show, I don't want to fucking know him. I have nothing in common with him at all. You know what I mean?
Sure,
so
I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to be connected to him.
Yeah, it's exactly. So, that was that. But other than that, which I thought was wild, it was really nice. I had to leave to go to work, so I missed the main courses, which I was kind of pissed off about. So
you had to leave?
I had to fucking leave. But then Zach's like, have a drink. I'm like, bitch,
what?
I have to get in my car. I have to go to work. I can't have a drink.
You cannot have a DUI.
No. Like
We're in Los Angeles.
Like a Tuesday afternoon at like 3 o'clock. Could you imagine? Like, God. I was talking this week about this guy at the gym that I think is so hot, and I took a photograph of him by the pool, and I'm like trying to like see, can I do a Google search like of an image to see, can I pull him up on some kind of other
you Google
profile.
Image search?
Yeah, just maybe that might work. It doesn't work. So I saw the manager there who I know really well, and I showed him a photograph. I'm like, hey, do you know this guy? Like, he's kind of hot. Like, I'm not like, I'll run into him again.
Yeah.
And he didn't know who he was. He's like, oh, he's hot though. And I'm like, I know, right? I said,
maybe he was just visiting.
No, because it's the second time I saw him. Because I saw him one day when I was driving into the valet, and my car was kind of like, it was very busy, so I had to wait there for like 5-6 minutes, and he was waiting for his car, and we had a stare down for like 5 minutes.
Oh.
And then we had another stare down at the pool.
And no hi, nothing.
There was a kind of a smile to each other, and
okay.
I kind of signaled my phone, like, isn't it like, I have your number, kind of like thing, and no. I'll get him again. Like, it's fine. It's going to happen. Let's see. I think so. Well, what are you looking at me like that?
So he noticed you wanted his number, and he
but it was a weak kind of like, I don't, maybe he did.
He thought you had a like spasm or something.
I don't know.
Like a broken wrist.
And it's so bad because I'm super confident with shit like that. And I have no problem. But the thing about it was the pool was so busy. I just was like, this could look really embarrassing if I get up and I go over to him and people will kind of see it. But maybe they probably wouldn't notice. But I went to the water fountain to get water afterwards, and like, we looked at each other dead in the eyes, and like, I just thought one of us was going to speak, and then I didn't speak, and then the moment had gone. It's my fault.
Okay, next time you have to say hi.
Oh, no. If I see him working out, I'm going over, I'm like, hey.
Afar, no more pointing.
I saw you yesterday or at the pool. I said I should have said hi, it's my bad, like whatever. Like, I'll totally own it. The space trip. I mean, this is... I can't believe it's gotten so out of hand. So they went up the space, they didn't go up the space. I don't know if they did. They landed, they opened the door. Jeff Bezos was like, close the door because I need to open it. The door looked really flimsy. Did you see it?
It looked like a paper cardboard.
It looked like it just swung open. like this door, like, think about, go look at the clips online. It's fucking crazy. Or if they can pull it up on YouTube, Jocelyn. And he, like, Jeff Bezos goes to open the door, even though one of the girls opened the door already and then they shut it closed, right? Think about an airplane door. It should at least be that kind of like strength, like crazy
air
heavy
suction,
air suction.
Where you have to
the whole
turn
thing.
The thing and pull it.
This fucking thing looked like the cabinet in your kitchen. Like, it really
No,
did.
it looked like the curtain. Like, you opened the curtain and it like caved. And then did you see him fall?
Yes.
Calm down, dude.
So... then they're in space, right? And then Katy Perry is holding like a daisy or whatever it is. And then she has like the set list of her concert, like on a butterfly.
So
like,
ridiculous.
Are we going to find out like in 2 or 3 weeks that this was all like kind of like a marketing promotional thing? And they all came out of that fucking thing, and they looked super fresh.
The like, kissing the ground,
like,
too.
You're not sweating. You're not fucking
Your hair is in place perfectly. Not an eyelash missing. No. Not a lipstick smudge. Nothing.
It's like the hair, the makeup's all perfect. Like, come on, guys. If you're going into space at 200 miles an hour, I think that's around the speed. Or no, 2,000, like 1,000 miles. I don't know what it is.
It's really fast.
I think it's like 2,000 miles per hour or something like that. Yeah.
Don't you need helmets?
Yeah, did they have helmets on?
They were floating in the thing. Remember? They were like...
No, but even like going up...
Did they show them take off?
No. This is why I'm like, it looks so pre-recorded when they were in that thing.
Were they in a studio lot?
I think so. And then, but then like, think about it. Because you remember the lady, like the space crew that was up there and they were stuck in space, and that lady with the frizzy hair, like the curly hair.
50 years?
Yeah, then they're all making fun of her that she aged. It's like, she was fucking trapped up there. Like, leave her alone, you know? But if you look at the photographs of her hair is like, up.
That's what I mean, from like the static and the like from, everything.
Like, anti-gravity or whatever, yeah. And so, I don't know. Go down the rabbit hole on TikTok. It's really fishy. It's fucking, it just looked so kind of basic the way they landed in the desert, and then like, you know, they knew exactly where she was going to land. They got there, like, I don't know. Maybe the technology is that good now.
Maybe it is, but also, did this really, I guess the question, and this is what I'm seeing online from women, is this advancing women?
I don't know.
You know, because it's like, there's so many other things going on right now.
But then Gail King, like, here's what I'm saying. So Katy Perry is just like saying a bunch of nonsense, right? Gail King is pretty much saying a bunch of nonsense that she wants to send garbage up to space or something like that, right? So it's like, I'm understanding all the words that are coming out of their mouth, but I'm not piecing them together. None of it's making sense.
It was just word salad. It was like lots of love, more connection.
It's the journey.
So it's like, and then Gail King for 3 minutes.
Gail King is like, why don't you go to space? Bitch, I don't have 3 million. Like,
yeah, are you going to pay? And no, I don't want to do that for like 30 seconds. That seems like a lot of work for nothing.
But like, imagine like, okay, just for a second, just for the fun of it, like imagine being these people, right? And you're like, I'm going to fucking space. And then everybody shits on you when you get back.
That's terrible, right?
It is terrible.
Because it's supposed to be this big deal.
I wish we had as much anger about this administration as we do about these fucking women going to space. I think that's more important. But I mean, it's like, I don't know what to say. It's funny. Like,
but they didn't leave. I don't think they left the orbit.
No, it's like the stratosphere or something.
It was like
about
right
that. Yeah.
below where they were just outside. But that's even like, why are you holding a daisy? Look at the damn universe.
That was the thing.
Like,
and
why
they said
are you not looking out the window?
People said as well that she didn't look out the window. Like, would you not be? That would be the first fucking
Maybe
thing
because it's green screened inside. So they're just like, what's the point? They're going to... I don't know. I know I'm speculating. I'm being like a conspiracy theorist.
I don't know.
But it does raise a lot of questions. And people are bringing up valid points. I've seen some videos. Because at first I was like, oh, come on. They're not going to fake this whole thing. We saw a rocket take off.
Sure. Which they can take off. Yeah, I mean, the rocket did take off from
They were all out there, right?
Was there anybody in it?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Was it all AI?
Are we being crazy? I don't know. We've probably been crazy. See, here's the thing. With AI now, it's so hard to believe anything. It's the problem, my God. Are you watching the John Hamm show, Your Friends Neighbors?
No.
Apple?
Someone told me I need to start watching it,
though.
It's
such a good watch.
Okay.
It is so good. There's 2 episodes out. The first 2 are out, and the third one is on Friday. It is so juicy. It's so, like, just fun to watch. Like basically, he loses his job in, like, the stock markets. Kind of like, you know, he's a financial guy. Big house. You know, catches his wife fucking another dude. Now they're living in the house that he's paying for, and he want all this money. Now he gets fired, and it's very suspicious of why he gets fired. He's kind of been set up, and then he just becomes a burglar and starts stealing these like $200,000 watches to pay for his lifestyle. So far, I'm only into it, but it's really good.
Oh, I need to watch. I'll watch it on the plane ride home.
Do and he like his voiceovers like explaining like what's going on. It's fun and it moves fast as well. Which I was going to ask,
does it move fast?
It moves fast. No,
it's like
it's right in there. The first episode, it's right in there. So I'm super excited to announce that I was right all along. Not that it's like, you know, I'm that special or anything, but Fyre Festival 2 has been postponed.
Oh no!
And I said this from the very, very beginning. It is not going to happen. And the thing about it is, because it's postponed, they're not going to get their money back. Because they're just going to like keep your tickets. They're still valid.
Can I ask who would have paid for this one after the last one?
I just think people were like, well, maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe like
he got charged with wire fraud.
Yeah,
why would you trust him?
He went to jail for like 3 or 4 years or something. And he lives in New York still. He's not allowed to leave the state. So he's not allowed to even go to the Fyre Festival too.
Is that why you postponed it? Is it like
no? Because the Mexican government are like, we don't know anything about what's going on here. And first it was meant to be in like Playa
del Carmen.
No, it was meant to be in Muertes, something. Oh God, I don't know what it is. But anyway, it was an island.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was an island, Playa del Muertes, whatever it is. And then it was Playa del Carmen and got moved to. And then they were like, and the locals were like, we don't fucking know.
They don't want that shit.
We know nothing. But we don't even know if there's anything going on.
They didn't even know?
No. They were like denying it. And then Billy McFarland was like, well, I got the documentation. So then he posted all these like documents signed and stuff like that. But really what it was like, what the document said was basically it was like a 10-hour party, like on one day. Like it wasn't this whole elaborate like festival.
So it was just a one-day thing.
Well, that's what kind of documented. So maybe he was trying to get other permits but there was one permit shown. But it's a fuck up. And we always knew it was going to be a fuck up. And now it's postponed. So we just have to...
He did say he was refunding people, though.
Did he? Okay. He says a lot of things.
I know, but
nothing happens.
Where's the accountability for the people that thought that they could trust this?
If you bought a ticket and you got a refund, can you DM me and just show me proof of that? I really would like to see it.
Also, you guys can just dispute this with your credit card.
I think the credit card companies be like, you're a fucking idiot. We're not doing anything.
Actually, they might say that. American Express might be like, you know what? You did this to yourself.
What else? Tomorrow, I'm back at it again. I'm going to another luncheon. I'm going to the women's luncheon. I don't know. And Heather McDonald's going to be there too. I found out. So I'm going to be sitting beside her, which is great. My friend Christopher invited me. I'm going to wear all pink tomorrow.
As you should.
I have a pink suit. See, I got the
luncheon.
pants back. It's a Paris Hilton luncheon. The invite is pink.
Yes.
I think I should wear pink.
Absolutely.
What will I wear underneath? Just like a white tee? Just keep it clean?
I think so.
Just like a white tee.
White tee. Don't do the white button up under it.
I don't think I want to do a
You're
white button.
You're not going to Easter church.
Yeah.
So that's very... the white t-shirt, crisp, clean, with the pink suit.
Okay.
Just tell Paris I'm sorry I couldn't make it, even though I wasn't invited.
I'll try and get a photograph. I remember back in the day when I would go to all these like parties, like when I first moved here, I had like no money and I was like super poor, but like I knew lots of people and they would invite me to like launch events and shit like that.
Course.
And it was like they're at the Sunset Tower, and that's when Hollywood was fucking fun. That's when like Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, they were chasing them around Hollywood. Like I was here for all that when Britney shaved her head, like at the Rite Aid just up the street. I can take you there afterwards. I can show you the parking lot where she shaved her head.
I think I've driven by it many times
with the pink hair, with the pink, yeah.
Yes.
And so, I remember when I did like cupcakes, like I did this like cupcake business for a while, and I was doing these parties and I was making like dozens of cupcakes, and that's when sprinkles kind of came out and it was kind of hot at the time, and I'd help and all that stuff, like people helping me out. But I remember I had these business cards and I went up to her, I'm like, hey, if you're ever having like a brunch or anything like that, like I'd love to cater your party with cupcakes. And I gave her my business card and she was so sweet to me and she was gracious and she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. What's your name? And I was like, Stuart. She's like, I'm Paris. And she put it in her handbag. She probably threw it away afterwards. And, but really nice.
I have to say, she is the nicest person.
Yeah.
She DMs me sometimes.
Does she really?
Yeah, like I covered her season 2 show, and she sent me a really long, nice message, like super detailed, not just flimsy. I think because she has the same birthday as me, I see a lot, like I'm very much similar to that. Be nice to everyone, always be respectful. Yeah. You don't know where anyone's at, like in that way, and like she always has been that way, and I've always remembered that about her. She's always been... She remembers her fans' names. It's wild. She remembers so many people.
That's crazy.
And that's not easy to do when you're at that level either, because you see so many faces all the time. I would assume like it's probably hard to like remember, you're such and such. But I've always admired her for that, and I've never heard her ever be rude. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard a story about her being rude.
I haven't either. And that's the way to be. And that's how you go places in Hollywood, not screaming at people on a radio show. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
This is great. I'm so glad. Like,
glad I could be in the studio.
You're so busy. I'm sorry I can't.
It's usually over Zoom.
Tell everybody where they can find you on TikTok, Instagram, podcast, all that stuff.
The podcast is Giorgio Says. You can stream it anywhere you stream your podcasts. I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Giorgio Says. And that's where I'm at, guys.
Right. Bye, everyone. I'll see you all next week.
Bye.